What's up, guys? We're going to be doing a second mock draft for the Los Angeles Chargers today. Yeah, it's going to be a 7-round mock draft as usual, and we might increase the randomness here just because, I don't know, teams like the Packers have drafted Jordan Love before, so nothing's impossible, I guess. But yeah, so the Chargers made a ton of moves over the past few days, including the re-signing of Trey Pipkins, Donald Parham early today, and J.K. Scott, our punter, as well as Eric Kendricks from the Vikings, and Morgan Fox as well. But yeah, in the first round, we could look to draft Dalton Kincaid or Zay Flowers. But receiver seems like a bigger problem right now, so we might go for Zay Flowers. Even though he's a shorter receiver at 5'10", I think that his speed and just route running and the way we can use him on the field, either like jet sweeps and stuff, it's just really valuable. But yeah, I know Telesco has a history of drafting receivers above the height of like 6 foot. If you look at Keenan Allen, Joe Reed, Mike Williams. But yeah, I know passing on Kincaid is really difficult given that he's probably the, I don't know, single most like dominant receiving tight end coming out of this class. But yeah, receiver is a huge problem right now, given that we've only got 5 on the roster and 2 of them are essentially P squatters. But yeah, in the second round we can go for an edge, I believe. I think it's a good move to shore up the D-line. And given that Mack and Bosa got pretty injured, or Joey Bosa did, Khalil Mack is just getting old and might get released next year, so having an insurance policy for them is a good idea. But we can either take Felix Anudike-Uzomah or Tuli Tuipulotu out of USC, or Andre Carter in a second, but I think his draft stock's falling. I think we might go with Felix out of Kansas State here to help the D-line. And running back is also a position of need, given that Eckler might be traded from the Chargers, though I doubt that's likely, given that the market for running backs is really rough this year, because Jamal Williams, who had the most rushing touchdowns last year, he only got like a 3-year, $12 million deal with the Saints, so that's a bit more, if not less, than what Eckler's making right now, which I believe is around $6 million. But yeah, we could take another receiver here, either Tank Dell or A.T. Perry, who's like a 6. He's listed as 6'5", but I think his official measurement was like 6'3" at the combine. But yeah, or we could take Devon Achane in the third, to replace Eckler. But yeah, we have a ton of options here. I think that in this round, Telesco goes back to his roots and takes like a tall receiver again out of Wake Forest. But yeah, Jordan Battle's also here. He's probably another good safety, but definitely not as good as his teammate Brian Branch. But yeah, we'll go for A.T. Perry here in the third. At tight end, we just re-signed Donald Parham, and we got Gerald Everett and Trey McKitty, but having another receiving tight end might be a good idea. So we can look for that in later rounds. But here in the fourth, we could go for a linebacker because apparently Drew Tranquill just got signed by the Chiefs on a 1-year, $5 million deal. So we just lost him. But we saw that coming because we signed Eric Kendricks. But having a young player to develop behind Kenneth Murray and Eric Kendricks is a good idea. So we could either take Dorian Williams here, or who else? Ivan Pace is a good idea as well. Yeah. Zach Kuntz out of Old Dominion. He's like the most athletic tight end, I think, coming out of college ever, with like a perfect 10 RAS score. Anyways, we're going to take Dorian Williams here out of Tulane. So we got 3 more picks. We could just add some depth to our D-line here, or the DBs. Or tight end. Oh, Davis Allen, also another good receiving tight end. Pretty underrated for the Clemson Tigers. Mekhi Blackman, also a nice corner. He's a bigger corner, I think. Yeah, 6 foot. But, yeah. Dwayne McBride is also here. We could get him and draft a running back for like the 5th year in a row. But I think that we can take Kobe Turner here, given the amount of injuries we suffered in that position last year. And, yeah, hopefully we can prevent that from happening again. So in the 6th round, we got Chandler Zavala, who's an awesome guard for NC State. Antonio Mafi, I think he was a converted D tackle. But yeah, he's like a really good run blocker, I'd say. Not the best pass blocker, but he's got an awesome anchor. I'm also looking at his teammate, Antonio Mafi's teammate, what's his name? John Gaines II. Yeah, this guy right here. He had the fastest like short shuttle time at like 4, I believe it was like 4.45. And if you ever seen like the history of like interior linemen who've run 4.77 or below in the short shuttle, they've gone on to start like 80% of their games, and this includes like players such as Jason Kelce, Zion Johnson, who we drafted last year, Zach Tom for the Packers. But yeah, pretty talented guys. So I think we can go for John Gaines II in the 7th, and we can go for, we can go for a tight end or running back here. What do we have at tight end? Zach Kuntz, Davis Allen, Will Mallory. I feel like Kuntz would be another Donald Parham. Yeah, he's 6'7", 6'8". So I think that Davis Allen, he's more of a receiving tight end. So we could go for him. Or, I don't know, Telesco likes this athletic guy. So, yeah, I'll go for Zach Kuntz. Why not? We could probably sign someone undrafted for running back depth if Eckler actually does get traded. But I highly doubt that happens. And, so we got Antonio Mafi here, Keaton Mitchell as well. The running back for the Pirates. He's like more of a speed back, but we still got Josh Kelly. We still got Isaiah Spiller, so we're not desperate enough to draft a running back here. But yeah, I think we go for John Gaines II here and see what he becomes. And he doesn't have to start immediately because we still got Zion Johnson and presumably Jamari Salyer at the left guard spot. So he could be our depth player as well. So yeah, here's our grades for each pick. So in the 1st round we picked Zay Flowers, and we got an A- for that. We got an A for our edge out of Kansas State in round 2. We got 3 A- between round 3 and 5, with A.T. Perry, Dorian Williams, and Kobe Turner as our picks. And in round 6 we got Zach Kuntz. We got an A+ at that, and a C for John Gaines II. But at that point, he was just filling up our roster and provide depth. But yeah, thanks for watching.